threat. And from a Russian perspective, they're now looking at an expanding NATO coming up to their borders that represents a direct threat to Russia. Right. And Russia had been speaking out about this. In 2007, Vladimir Putin gave what I consider to be one of the greatest political speeches in modern history. And that is addressed before the Munich Security Council, where he was supposed to be brought in as an act of surrender. The West expected him to bow down before his Western masters, to kiss the ring of his overlords, and to start playing the game of becoming assimilated into the West. Instead, Putin stood there in front of an audience of Western power brokers, and he chastised them. He chastised them about being acolytes of the United States. He chastised the United States about seeking to impose a singularity on the world. He chastised Europe and the United States about what had been done in Iraq after the 2003 invasion and occupation. Do you not know what you have done? He told them about Iraq. You've destroyed a nation. You have lied. You have destroyed the international legal framework. And then he said, the day of the unilateral polarity is over. The world will now move to a multipolar situation that Russia will be one of equals. The world will include many different powers, including Russia and the United States, but others as well. His speech was not well received. And instead of listening to him, the United States and NATO doubled down in 2008. The Bucharest Security Summit for NATO formally invited Ukraine and Georgia to be members of NATO. How did Russia view this? We know, because not only do we have the statements of Putin and others, William Burns, who was the U.S. ambassador to Russia, wrote a memorandum that was sent out in February of 2009, the title of which is "Niet means niet," no means no. And what he was saying is that when the Russians say that the expansion of NATO into Ukraine is a red line, they mean it's a red line. They're not joking. They're not bluffing. And then he said,